Testing 1, 2. Are we live? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just pop up the chat here on Facebook and get it started, fam. Get it going. Welcome one, welcome all. Happy Sunday. What's happening? What's happening? Carol Baskin. Happy Sunday, everyone. Fall is upon us. The mystery bounties are out and swinging today. Looking forward to playing some cards. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Also got some F1 going on today. In Texas, got the F1 happening, so I'm going to be watching that on the side. In the meantime, let's set up some tables and get it going here because I've got a bunch of tournaments in late reg that I want to get going. What is up, everyone? Rook 2 in the beard, 321. Rook 2, you were first, I think. Let me see. You were first, bro. You were first in the channel today, Rook. Congratulations. Okay. So this is just a little 55 where late reg is ending. Mystery bounties. So let's get that going. I'm going to get the buy-ins set up here. 55, 109 is going to be on table 2. 320 on table 4. 215 on table 5. Oof, monster hand. And table 6 is going to be a 215. Okay. Why is... Oh, because this is too low. That's why. There we go. That's why it looks weird. And the title is right. Okay. Next, I'm going to register this 320 because there is not a lot of time left to register, actually, as we flop top pair. Top kicker in a three-way pot. I'm going to go for C-bet. Good luck today. Thanks, Rook. What's up, AC Knight on Facebook? What's up? Welcome. All right, bet, take it down. That's kind of boring, frankly, but, you know. C'est la vie. Let's take the cover off here. And let's get the title correct on that one. There we go. All right, nice. Beautiful. So this is also a 320 mystery bounty. We're hopping in kind of late. Later than advised, typically, but, you know, I want to fire it for the stream today, so we'll give it a go and give some action to the field, I guess. Let's call here with ace-deuce. I don't quite want to go all in with this hand. I think it's just a little too weak to do so. But we flop a top pair of ace. King on the turn is typically good for our range. Hey, Patchco TV, what's up, Patrick? You legend, good to see you in the house. Gets a love of the chat for the resub. You guys, Patrick is the man that puts together almost all the videos. Patrick and Rebecca are the power team that get it done. So much love to him. Thank you, Patchco. Appreciate you, man. Much love. Okay, big Sunday is in action. Good. We've got that set up. We've got queens. Wow. All right. Okay, just like that, eh? Pick up the queen. Let's play this hand out. So strong, I want to limp, actually. And start with a check. 2 streets of value, probably, if it goes check here. And if they bet, like, let them bluff. It goes check. We'll bet the river. What's up, Spud? BCFC? How are you, bro? Good to see you. All the legends in the chat today. What's up, everyone? What is up? The date's wrong, by the way. I gotta change that. It is the 20th. Nice. Gluck say, Jamie just finished watching last week's video. Time to watch you live. Let's get it done, Cedric Vase. Yes, sir. It's game time. Now, this is, in theory, definitely a 4-bet shove all in. In practice, do we want to do it? I think so, honestly. I think it's good to bluff sometimes like this. It's hard to do it enough. I think we got to assume in a 215 that people are going to do it enough. I'm all in. I think that's a fine assumption in the 215 Big Sunday. I don't mind it. The reason that we choose this hand to bluff with is that even when called, we have 32%. We still win a third of the time, right? We win a third of the time when we... oh, this is the wrong table. There we go. When we get caught by like jacks or queens or kings. Obviously not so with aces, but it's hard to have aces, you know? So here's the 109 Sunday party, and I am going to re-get into that 215 Big Sunday phase final. Just waiting for my seat. This is just a bounty. I have Emily in Paris song in my head for some reason. I haven't even watched it. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in the last 2 years. Okay, so we're back in. JD's back. Tell a friend. This is the 109 party. Just one more tournament to go, and then we've got everything we sort of want here up on the screen. 5 tables and unlimited potential. There we go. Caught up. Okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Hey, hype train incoming. Mogatu kicking it off. What's up, brother? Man, how nice is it outside today, Mogatu? 20 degrees outside. Beautiful day. WPT's in town. Life is good, man. Good luck. Let's go. Let's get it done today, man. Appreciate you, Mogatu. Thank you. Thank you for the resub. Al Pacino on YouTube as well. How are you? Ready to clean up the table? I hope so. Yeah, let's get it done, man. Let's get it done. So we flop an underpair 3 ways. They bet half pot, which is not small. It's pretty uncomfortable, actually. 10 on the turn is a great turn, though. Makes it less likely they had a 10. I kind of suspect they would bet a smaller sizing when they had a 10 anyways. And let's go for a little block bet here, even though we have a full house, because I think they have a weak hand, or we need to let them bluff sometimes. So we go for a small bet. They call. They had 7s. Okay, there you go. There you go. I like choosing the small size because I think if we jam all in, they might actually fold. Maybe not. Maybe they just call no matter what. You ever consider checking that ace-queen hand on the flop considering you had the ace? When we flop top pair, pretty unlikely. I think often I would c-bet bluff. So there's some value to be had there. And I don't think our hand is the one where we want to slow play, really. I don't think it's strong enough to slow play. So just go for it, I think. If I could know what they had, maybe, right? I'm good, thanks, Jamie. How have you been? Yeah, things are good, man. Things are good. Fall kicks on. And no complaints, man. Looking forward to watching the Grand Prix here in a second as well. which is kicking off in 30 minutes. It's got to be weird in the UK to watch the Grand Prix so late. Excuse me. Fold, I think. It's kind of cheap, but our hand is pretty bad. Mystery bounty, 7-8 suited is not going to cut it. There's no immediate bounty we can get here, so we'll just pass on that. Hi, Pro, good luck. Thank you, Byra Naras. What's up on YouTube? Appreciate you. All right. Albrosi 18, good luck in the grind, sir. Thanks, man. We're going to 3-bet ace king in the 320 super. Looking for action, obviously. We don't get any. Our 7-6 suited is very nice looking, but we miss the flop entirely. Turn might change some things, actually. We see a small enough bet where I can continue. Question is, do I want to raise here or just call? I think call. We make a flush, which is good. And so we want to bet reasonable here. 6,700. I think this is a spot where we could probably even fold to a raise if we choose a size like that, but they'll fold, and that's fine. Luke Brooker, 2:30 a.m. Monday morning in Perth, Western Australia, my brother. Good luck, my friend. Happy Monday to you, and thanks for tuning in, man. What's up? Early days. Are you streaming from the cafeteria in Jurassic Park? That's fair, frankly. That is fair. Yes. And a T-Rex is bearing down on me imminently. Jack 7 is going to be calling the big blind. We see a flop that's good for us, and we want to lead here. So nice. I missed the first week of WPT. We'll be there for a couple events next week. Yeah, I'm going to play it by ear, too. I'm sort of... I was thinking I really wanted to play. I'm sort of a little bit more indifferent now, but I might check it out, you know? We'll see. We'll see. So we 3-bet ace king, get a call, 7-4-3 on the flop. We're going to bet 7,700. This is effectively a value bet against their range. 6 on the turn. Check. This is a hard spot in 3-bet pots, I think, for me. The Northern Effect dropping the 63-month resub. Gets the love of the chat for your boy. The Northern Effect. Good luck, Jamie. Hope it goes well for you today. Thanks, man. Me too. Hope it goes better than this pot. I think I'm going to fold on the turn. This I find a very challenging part of the game of poker. Because on the flop, it's range versus range. It's a value bet, right? 3-bet pot, they call 3-4-7. We're value betting with our ace king. On the turn, we're sort of stuck a little bit in the middle of our range. And I think we're going to have to split some of our range of some of the value bets on the flop we turn into bluffs. And then some of them we check fold. And then some of them we check call. But like ace king, I don't think makes money check calling here. So the turn is really tough out of position in a 3-bet pot there. I find it hard to do because it's all just a little bit close together. Everything's it all overlaps a bit, which is Makes it challenging. To me. Hey, PSR on YouTube. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Queen 8, we're going to raise. Yeah, tough part of the game, man. It is a tough part of the game there. Open the ace-9 suited, zone Sanya, who's playing every pot against us, but I think they've just had decent hands, to be honest. Calls. Jack, Jack 3 on the flop. Check call hand here. It goes check, check, turns a 5. We're on the edge as to whether we want to bluff with ace-9 here or not. We'll check. They bet 50,000. We will call. Ace on the end. We have aces and jacks with a 9 kicker. Ooh, big bet. We're bluff catching in a spot where it's kind of hard to bluff enough, I'd say. So we'll fold. We have some comments on Facebook here I missed. Just 1 second. Rook2 says, if I played heads up, I would win. My strategy would be to play you at your nap time, only on the chance that you fall asleep. I mean, that is the optimal strategy. There is no question about that. Brian Norris says, I think the biggest weakness in my game is dealing with small pairs out of position. Not really a fan of the likelihood of missing the flop, while your opponent has so much more equity post-flop, and it's uncomfortable to put aggression in later. How do you normally decide? Less hand-dependent, entirely dependent on position. Yeah, I think those hands totally change based on stack depth and position. Stack depth of you and stack depth of your opponent, right? So when you're very deep stacked, like 100 blinds deep, I don't find them that challenging. When you get short, they go down in value quite a bit. So yeah, I think it's so dependent. It's not like a static hand like, you know, aces or kings or something where it's always good. It is situation dependent, as you sort of outline. And sometimes, you know, it's just like you run into spots where a hand is a little bit on the edge in terms of how you feel about it. It's like, oh, this is almost okay, or maybe it's just barely okay. And like, those are hard to make decisions about. But yeah, this is a call here on the turn, by the way. We have pretty much top of our range for flatting in the big blind here. And we take it down after a check. I'll let you know what they had, but we've been counterfeit here. King 10. No draw. No flush draw, I mean they had a gutter. And a huge bet from Let's Play Jazz. It's a bit weird, this bet, because they're saying they have a queen, which they could, for sure, but there's 2 on the board. It's kind of hard to have a queen. They can have missed diamonds here. Can have ace 9 for sure. They can have ace 6. I think we should call. It's just hard to have a queen, and there's enough of those missed draws. So, call. He's a queen. Have you and Matt ever used marijuana together before? No. No, never have, man. We're all in with Queen Jack. How do you consistently final table? I consistently min cash. Seem to run into coolers whilst heading for final table. Only decent money is to be made. I don't know. Like, I was, you know, last week we final tabled the 215. But before that we were on a bit of a cold streak for sure. So sometimes it just goes like that, right? Well, raise 3-bet, 4-bet, call. Well, now we get to call. Flop a flush draw here. Not quite enough. We need the jack to be a diamond, and then we love it, but quite enough. Whoa. Overbet jam. So, I mean, part of that's just poker, right? Of like, you know, run hot for a while, run cold for a while, is what it is. And this is a really common concern that you're bringing forward. I think most of the time it's just like, hey man, I don't know, there's like 40 people left. If you're an average player, you're going to make the final table 25% of the time. You know, it's not that bizarre to miss 5 or 6 final tables in a row. But then people can be like, oh, that's a pattern, like I'm doing something wrong. You're probably not doing anything wrong. I think just continuing to focus on each hand in each spot in a vacuum, it's probably not like a macro strategy mistake you're making. It's probably just variance, most likely. Like that's the most likely solution to, or aspect of your problem, I'd say, most likely. Talk a lot about your opponent potentially jamming on the river with your lower flush while simultaneously giving the opportunity to fold. Situations like that, what is the actual likelihood you're actually laying hands like that down? In that 7-6, I mean, very likely, right? Like if they raised, I would have folded. But I think it's easy to get confused in that spot, right? So it was when I had a flush on the river, I bet the river in a 3-way pot when the flush completed. But it was a very low flush. And if they raised, they were going to put me in a spot where it was either a bluff or a better hand, right? They weren't going to be raising with worse hands there to fold to the 4-bet. So, you know, there's two things going on here. First of all, it's very likely that I had the best hand when I made a flush. It's very likely. Most of the time on the river, they call or they fold. A very small percentage of the time on the river, they raise. Maybe 1 in 10 times they raise there, right? 90% of the time, I'm expecting to win the pot. But when I mention the raise, it's because I'm preparing for the 10%. There's nothing to do with the 90%, right? Like the 90% is going to happen. There's no decisions by me that need to be made, right? Like it's just they're going to call and I'm going to win and I'm going to lose, and that's fine. But the 10% is where I have to make another decision. So I'm just planning for if I have to make that decision because I'm playing multiple tables and because I have limited time, right? So that's a comment that I would get sometimes of people saying, oh, you're just always jumping to conclusions that people are going to have it. It's like, no. That's not what's going on. I'm focusing on if I have to make more decisions, what am I going to do? That's it. That doesn't mean I think they're likely. But yeah, it's a concept called, which, you know, I'm not trying to be patronizing. I'm sure you know this term, but some people may not out there, called relative hand strength, which there's absolute hand strength, right? Where it's like aces are a good hand. Aces are the best hand in poker, right? But then there can be changes of the board and stack depth of information over the course of a hand where aces become a very average hand or even a bad hand. That's relative hand strength, based on how things change. So that a flush is an absolute strength, very strong hand. But in a relative hand strength sense, when you get raised on the river and you have a baby flush, you're usually catching a bluff, right? Most of the time, they're going to have either a higher flush or they're going to be telling a complete story with, you know, something crap. And so when you're bluff catching, it doesn't really matter, right? Like it doesn't matter what the absolute strength of your hand is when you're bluff catching. If you determine that they could only do this with better hands or bluffs most of the time, it doesn't matter if you have like a king high or if you have, you know, like bottom full house. It's the same sort of binary decision, which is what percentage do I think they're bluffing? What percentage do I think they're value betting? Can I profitably make the call based on what I assume their bluffing frequency to be? Absolute hand strength is no longer important, right? It's only important in one sense, which is like, if it's statistically very difficult for them to have this hand in an absolute sense. What I mean is like, it's so hard for them to be dealt the nuts. Essentially, you can use that as a way to keep yourself in check, right? Which is like, hey, I think they just never bluff here, but I have the second nuts. The likelihood they are dealt the nuts is so small here That like I can't put enough faith in my own decision making, my own read of the situation, because math would dictate this is such a rare occurrence, right? So you know there's that aspect, but hopefully some of that was useful because I talked a lot about that. Tilted Fury gifted a spud to BCFC. Gifting a spud, eh? Wow. Welcome to the Spud team, Spud. Thank you, Tilted Fury. That's very kind of you, brother. And welcome to the team, Spud. Legend, longtime supporter of this channel. Absolute rock star. Thank you, man. I gotta pee. Good thing. Breaks in 10 minutes. Didn't love that ace-9 fold after hitting the ace on the river. Loved it even less when you called with 5-7, the queens on the board. Yeah, I think that's kind of relevant to what I was just talking about, right? Which is 5-7 was queens and sevens with a 5 kicker. It was a bluff catcher, right? But ace-9 was also a bluff catcher. So in that scenario, I rivered top pair, but it was a bluff catcher. And the other one, I had like a junky 2-pair on a paired board. But it was the same question. We had to ask ourselves the same question on the end of both of those. So, yeah. Watching you for years. Always enjoy your content. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you, Joe James. Appreciate you. I wish me good luck too. That'd be awesome. Okay, so bet and a call jack in the turn. If we don't make our flush, our ace jack is decent. I think you could value bet against some hands. And if we make our flush, we have the nuts, right? So I'm going to bet again on the turn here. And then if the river's a 7 of hearts, we check, right? If the river's a spade, of course we bet. But I think there's enough value to be had. I don't want to bet too big in this scenario. I've got some 41 in my head, dude. Jack 10 suited. Nice hand. We'll raise. To bet or to check with Jack 10? I think you could do a bit of both. I'm going to go for a little bet. And we get check raise, which is definitely not what we want to have happen when we thin value bet, right? But our hand is good enough to call. We'll play a turn. The way to own this strategy from our opponents is to thin value raise with like queen 8, right? If they decide to check raise queen 8 and then value bet on the turn, we're getting owned. But more likely they have hard draws, they have open-ended straight draws, or they have a really strong hand, you know, like queen 4 suited or jack 4 suited or something like that. Question is, do we stack off here? I'm inclined to stack off. Oh, but the check. Nice. And we win against King 10 of hearts. The thing that kind of sucks about our hand and why it'd be a little better to have Jack 9 is we want them to be able to have the straight draw with the 10. But nonetheless, we take it down after a check, which is good. Check down with Queen 6 and win. All right. The 320 super, we're doing well on 114K. You start with 50,000 here, right? Yeah, so we're more than doubled up. Let's go. Same in the 55. Look at us in the mystery bounties. Look at us, fam. Come on now. Best feeling in the world is knowing current hand strength and making a snap river call with the old Robbie La Lou. I don't know what the Robbie Lou is. Unless you're talking Jack 4. Yeah. Relative hand strength and absolute hand strength are very bizarre categories, right? Like it's a real big shift to make because when you get into the river spots, there's times in poker from a theoretical sense, from a mathematical sense, there's a percentage of your hands that want to bluff catch, right? Against human beings, that's not necessarily true. But if you don't know anything about the human being, you might have a percentage of your range that wants to call, that wants to bluff catch. I have all these hands that are beating bluffs. I'm going to call, a third of them. So if you're trying to find your bluff catchers, you have all of your hands that could be bluff catchers. The next job is to find the best bluff catchers. And that is not based on absolute hand strength, right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to call with my top pairs, and then I'm going to call with my second pairs, and then I'm going to call with my third pairs. It actually goes by blockers. Those are the most important things in determining what your bluff catches are going to be. So having a hand that is king high, but it doesn't block the straight draw that you beat, is sometimes going to be better than calling with bottom pair because neither of them are going to beat the value bets. So they're effectively the same hand. And that is a really confusing concept, right? Like it's just challenging. It's hard. So for 40+% of your stack versus 25% with the ace-9 hand, I would have liked to see the call for 25% and folding for the 40% bet. I hear you. I hear you, man. I understand. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to lose chips. I don't know. All I could do is just sort of explain my thought process on it. Top pair is good. Calling. It's ace king. We're flipping here. Ooh, we lose in the big Sunday. GG. The overbet. It's fine. It's fine. This is one of those check raise spots. Check raise small. King 7 deuce. What are we losing to here? Aces. Ace king. King 7 suited. 7s and 2s. How many of those hands are there? Really not many. That's a very small percentage of the total opening range. But there's all sorts of worse hands that are going to continue. All right. Kings, beautiful hand in the 55. It's a gorgeous hand, daddy. Call. Queen 7-5. Let's bet 8,000 is cool. 6 is not so good. I think I am going to jam on the turn, just over pot. And if I would have noticed this, I would have bet slightly bigger. But, ooh. And they have top pair and an open ender on the turn, so definitely have to call. Unlucky for them, we do have the kings. And we're up to 183 in the mystery bounty. Good spot. Good spot to get some of the mystery bounties, Bree. Ace-5 suited, this is going to be a 3-bet. And after this hand, we're going to go on break, so I'm going to play you 5 minutes of the latest highlight, which just came out. But first, we will 3-bet. It's Ace-5 suited. And we take it down. Okay, 5-minute break. Pokerstaples on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Stay with me. Play 10. Play 10. Let's get a $100 spin going. There we go. Oh, God. A pure 2x. That's crazy, man. That's so rare. A pure 2x? What's up, DJ Anton? How are you, man? So rare to get a pure 2x. We get a jam first hand. Okay, well, we're just gonna... Okay, come on. What is this? Okay, we chop. That's fine. That's okay. Ace king, ace queen, ace jack. That's hilarious. A pure 2x. I feel like we're in the simulation here at the moment based on that outcome. What's up, Abed Dul Karim? How are you, man? Thanks for tuning in from Palestine. All the best to you. And we're heads up. King 6 heads up is a call. With the king high, it's good enough. It's ace 9. 4, 6, or king. 5 won't do it. Okay. Can we get... Bro, what is this? Back-to-back straight 2x's? That's crazy, man. What? Holy smokes, dude. That's insane. Hopefully we can get it spin in the right direction today. What's up, Tomer Cohen? How are you, man? Welcome. All right, here we go. Jacks. It's such a strong hand. I might flat here. But they just limp. We're going to raise to 60. Best content. What's up, Mike? How are you, man? Jacks A7. Loving this. Good morning. Hello, Brent Saunders. 10:45 p.m. on Friday night. Yeah, I guess fair. You know, that's fair enough. Good evening, everyone in, what is that, Southeast Asia? I think we can limp A7 here. A7 suited. A7 offsuit, I just go all in, but I think the suited is very playable post-flop, so. Go for the limp jam, call by 9-8, hold it. Yep, that's a pretty good flop for A7, man. Pretty good flop. There we go. $200, okay. We have back-to-back mins, dude. Don't give me another one. Like, if I got a bunch of tasks I have to do that are really annoying, I will break up the task with rewards in the middle. You know what I mean? All right. 300 Alliance here. Oh, dude, see, this is why... What the hell am I supposed to do with this hand, right? Probably not min raise, because, like, what am I supposed to do now? It's queen 10 suited. I like... Ugh. Love your content, Jamie. Watching from the UK. Matt Robson. Thanks, man. 4-7 suited. Limp fold here is fine. I don't think I want to jam with the 7 high, but it's very playable if we get to see a flop. So we'll give it a go and see if we get a chance. We don't. Call. Call the jam with the queen 8. It's king 6. We have 41%, but it's looking better than that. No king. And we are tie ball game here. 460 to 440 chips. Homework is much easier. All in for 345. I'm here. Susan Staples, what's up? I don't know if that's actual Susan Staples or not. It could be a fake one. Ooh, 7 on the river. GG. All right, let's play our 4th spin here. 274. You could have me saying anything, dude. It seems risky to me. It probably is, Mom. And I hope you have a great morning. It's early for you, yo. Before 7 a.m. Happy Friday. Let's limp in here with 10s. Because it's so strong. It's such a strong hand. Ace deuce 3. We're going to go for a bet of 20. This is a value bet for what it's worth. Morning, Jamie. Today's the day. Final tables, here we come. Let's go, Jared. If anyone wants to play, register. Maybe just fold, but this might be a limp fold. I mean, there's a small band of limp folds, right? You know, balanced out with like limp calls, of course, with like our nutted hands. I guess I'm gonna stick in 6-8 there. We might be a little too wide, but they lead for 30. And we'll just raise with the top pair, but it's kind of a vulnerable top pair. Likely the best hand. We put a lot of their hands in kind of dumb spots here, right? And they've got to think with the limp as well that like we're kind of, our range is telling a pretty convenient story, I'd say. Queen 8 against King Deuce here. Ooh, I think we're going to lose this hand. Beautiful. Oh, we won. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back. Let's continue on our journey to poker success. I think. Let's do that. Yeah. That's the journey, right? Okay, so we have a really good stack of the 55 mystery bounty. We have double stack of the super 320, which is good. 109 Sunday party is vibes. Vibes. And then 215 super is going okay as well. All right, the race is about to get underway. I'm looking forward to watching the start of this race. I'm going to bet again here on the turn, which is good, and chill. Thank you, Joe James, for the kind words again. AC Knight says, blockers are a part of it, but it is more about ranging out your opponent. If you beat most of the range, probably go for it unless you can find a better spot. Yeah, I think, you know, I think that is part of the equation. I don't know if that's more of the part of it or not, right? I think ranging your opponent is always important, right? Like always having a picture of where they're at in the range, what it looks like. And it's, for me, like I sort of view it almost visually. Like I almost view like the poker range chart and think about like how much space it takes up almost like graphically. But yeah. All right, here comes the race, man. Here comes the start to the race. Raise 3-bet, we're going to fold. Man, who's going to take it down today? I mean, probably Max, right? But maybe one of the McLarens can get it done. Maybe, possible. Here's a base king suited. All right, they're lined up. Red lights. And away they go. McLaren with a good launch. Ooh, Max swept to the outside. Oh, who took the lead? The Ferrari. Is McLaren down to 4th place? I think they're down to 4th place, yo. Yellow flag. Green flag, okay. Ferrari, Max, Ferrari, Lando. That's crazy, man. Wow. So Lando pushing Max to the outside allowed the Ferrari to undercut. I don't know which Ferrari it is. That's nuts, dude. Real small bet here. Call. We're getting 5 to 1, a little bit less than 5 to 1. Not folding any pairs for that sizing. Wow, what a crazy launch to that race. So there it is. Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Piastri, Gasly. Disastrous start for Norris. Pushing Max outside, lost it to Ferrari. What an exciting start to the race. Does Ferrari have enough pace to actually challenge in this race? Who knows? I mean, in my head of F1, I'm kind of counting them out a little bit, right? Like, I'm thinking it's between McLaren and Red Bull for the Constructors' Championship, but maybe Ferrari has what it takes. Maybe they do. I don't know. That'd be nuts, no? Over the Queen 9 of Clubs on the button. So 151 pay. Mystery bounty starts at 168. Call. I mean, it's a good hand. This sizing is pretty big, but being suited, I think we want to call here. And then fold to the flop C-bet. Big time miss. Ooh, someone is in the rocks. Lewis Hamilton. What happens? What happened? Check raise here with top pair, decent kicker. Small bet. This is not the best turn, but still want a small bet here, I think. Whoa, raise. Especially in position doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to call. It is a bounty. I'm not super happy on this, but I think there's enough money in where we got to do it. Yeah, this is... oh, let's go. 9 on the end. It's just a weird hand, right? This queen jack. I think the c-bet is fine, but you have to fold to the check raise. Let's... with this queen jack. And then when you hit the jack on the turn, it's always a call on the turn here, right? Like, there's no point to raising. If I have bluffs, you want me to bluff. But we get very lucky, and we get a $50 bounty by sucking out of the river. And we flop quads. Oh, my goodness, dude. Crazy. Call. No need to raise. We just call, 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 call. Ooh, someone have an 8. Oh, Dua. We could get a double against Dua here. Just call. If they're bluffing, bluff, that's fine. If they have an 8, we'll jam the river. And they're going to call. And we're going to win. Lovely. Sick. Yeah, it's really sick, dude. It's really sick. We're up to 230,000. I mean, what an insane run. All right, we're getting a replay here. Charles Leclerc, man. Starts 4th. He's got the inside line. Is about to put in. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Shout out to Charles Leclerc, man. Probably Charles Leclerc en français. What do we want to do here? I'm going to call in position with ace-3 suited. We cover both for bounties, which is pretty good. So we want a chance at that. We go to a flop of 5-4-3, all diamonds. Check. Yeah, I don't think we can bet. It's just a little too crazy to bet there. No drop frames today is nice. I'm really glad that everything seems to be working. Thank goodness. All right, so there was the Lewis replay. Oh, trying so hard to get the car going. So safety car, Leclerc, Verstappen, Sainz, Norris, Piastri. Should be a really interesting restart here. Let's see. 8-7 of hearts, we're going to raise it up in the 215. 2 of 33 here. And we final tabled this last week. Let's make it back to back. This is a bad flop for 8-7. Going to bluff. We want to see a 9 of hearts on the turn. Or 6 of hearts would be maybe even better. No pantalones goes for the open. I think we 3-bet here. Doesn't have to be so big, though. 30,000 is fine. With our king jack. Okay. And they call 4-6-8, all hearts. We have king jack with no hearts. I think I'm going to bluff on the turn probably here. You want to do a decent amount of check back on monochrome boards. When they have like a pair with a heart, they're never going to fold, right? When they have like the ace of hearts, they're not going to fold. If they have the king of hearts, they're not going to fold. However, some of the hands that we can get them to fold, we could probably get them to fold in the turn. fold to that bet of 42,000. And it's already quite strong when they call a 3-bet in this position, raising from kind of an earlier position. So I think I'm just going to save a bit there, check back, planning to bluff the turn, and they bet, and we fold. Okay. Pocket tens, the 109 Sunday party. Nice, nice. Not bad, right? Tilted Fury? Not bad. The quad's pretty good. Florian Vizerino. What's up, man? Hello, Florian. Thanks for the good luck wishes. Green flag. Here's the re-takeoff in the F1. Max right on Charles. Behind. Derrière. 3-bet to 11,000. We're going to call here. I don't think we quite want to go all in pre-flop. And we flop a set. Oh my goodness. Got some big hands today, chat. Chats. I think I'm going to raise second set here. My line is representing a pretty thin value range, set of tens and ace queen offsuit maybe. But realistically, like I'm going to 4-bet ace king. They know that. So what sort of hand could be check raising here? We're going to fold ace 6 to the 3-bet. It's like ace 10 or tens. It's kind of all that's making sense. And they probably have, I would have think ace king, ace queen, but they fold on the turn, which is a little interesting. I wonder what sort of hand they had. Called flop and folded turn for such a good price. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, 126,000. We have good stacks on all 4 tables right now. Double stack, chipped up, and 4x stack is pretty damn good news, frankly. So let's keep it going. Mystery Bounty starts at 13 players, and 13 pay here as well, actually. So it starts in the money. And we're 13 to 17. Raise up ace queen offsuit. Very good hands, ace queen. Very much like it. Eggs 3-bets to 22,000. The question is, do we 4-bet or do we call? Oh, they call. Then we fold. This is very strong. To cold call this 3-bet is really strong. There's no bounties involved or anything here. In the first place against eggs, like we like our hand, but 3 ways. Ace queen offsuit is a fold. Ace queen suited, I think we just overcall and then play post flop. Bet jam, fold. We'll never know. But probably aces or kings, most likely. 2s. This is a good example of like small pair. I don't think it's going to be profitable to play here. Just fold. In early position. We were talking about small pairs a little earlier, I think in the Facebook chat. We'll deuce 5. All right. How about ace jack in the super? All right, queen 9-7 on the flop. Let's check. I think quite a bad flop for ace jack. Goes check, check. I would love to get the showdown with this hand. That would be perfect for me. And they pot it, and we fold. Okay. And we are on the soft bubble now. 16 left, 13 pay. We're 12 of 16. So there's quite a lot of short stacks. The mystery bounty is, of course, quite important to this prize pool. Like $10,000 is in the mystery bounty pool, or just less, so. And we're not on a stack where we can really get at it, but then again, we have, you know, almost double start stack. Like, we just need some good hands. We can't really micromanage this situation. We just got to hope it goes well. That's it. Let's see a hot streak. Okay. I like it, man. What's up, Stork Streams? Good to see you. Great Bluff. Good luck today. Thank you very much, Great Bluff. How are you? Poker Bro. Yo, Jamie. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you, man. Thank you. We've got a lot of potential. We really do. I mean, everything is looking great here, so hopefully it pans out. 7-8 offsuit. Not a great hand. If anyone else raises before the button, it's a fold. If it folds to us, though, I think we probably do want to play against Duff Mo. Against the old Duff Mo. But Omorg raises, which makes it simple for us. Got one question and one question only. Fungal Wizard dropping that 40-month resale. Gets a love of the chat. Art score today because we need one. Good luck, man. Thank you, bro. Man, I would love an art score. It's been such a long time. I really, I'm missing the art, dude. I'm missing the art. Get me some art, homie. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Fungal Wizard. Hearts out in the chat for your boy. Thank you for the kindness as always, man. Yeah, I keep seeing art all the time that I really like, but it's just, it's expensive, you know? Art's expensive. 7-8 on the button. I don't think worth an open here against the two shorter stacks. You know, I was having to think the other day about art, and I was thinking that at some point in my life, I'd like to have a room of my house where I put art on the ceiling as well, you know? Just because the ceilings are so blank, and it would be really hard to hang art on the ceiling because how do you do it? But I would really kind of like to see a room that's completely like galleried out with art. I think it'd be fun. So yeah, I was daydreaming about art just the other day, man. Would a check on the turn with the boat not have worked better? Oh, where was the boat? I forget the spot. I really do forget where that was. Which table it was on. Call with threes on the button. Oh my goodness. How many sets have we made today? It's insane. Middle set on 2, 3, 4. Now, is it Like, do we have to worry about anything here? Not yet. I mean, it's possible for people to have better hands, but it's not super likely. Let's start with a small bet. Ace 5, 5, 6, pocket 4s is possible for the big blind and for this player. Starts with a check call, turns a 4. This is amazing. Unless they have quads, we have the best hand. So let's bet sort of middling sizing here, right? I'm thinking most of the range is containing middling pairs and then occasionally some sticky ace highs, right? They call 5 on the end. They could have 5s full, possible. Again, not likely, right? Much more likely they just have a sticky straight here than 5s full, or like a 6 straight or something like that. So we're going to value bet and kind of hope we don't get raised, because if we do, I think we'd have to probably call, but it'd be quite uncomfortable. They would value raise with 2s, I would think, here. So they actually could raise with worse hands. 4-5 is possible for them, although they'd probably raise the turn, maybe not. Okay, let me take it down. That's good. 237,000, loving that. We have a brand new 109 6-max turbo starting up right now on table 5, so that's good. So we get a limp out of the gun, a jam for 34,000. We're going to rejam with ace queen here. We're still 3 off the money, but mystery bounty is important. Ace queen's pretty good. Feel okay with our hand here, so let's gamble against Karu Shifa. Aces. Oh my goodness, dude. Wow. Pretty unlucky with the ace queen. We're still alive in the tournament, but that's definitely not what we want to have happen. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not our first choice of vibe. Ace king. Okay, let's get those chips back, huh? Let's get them back, baby. Rebecca and I watched an interesting movie yesterday, actually. It was called House, which is like a I think it's 1977 Japanese sort of experimental, surreal film. Pretty interesting. Been consuming a lot of art recently. Reading a Kurt Vonnegut book. I'll probably finish that tonight. Got less than 100 pages. And Breakfast of Champions, it's called. My second Kurt Vonnegut book. I like it. You know, I think he's one of those authors that any of you that read probably know, like, the reading slump that can happen, right? Like, a couple times a year, you just get down on reading. You kind of slow down quite a bit. You don't read much. And then you pick it up and you get into a heavy reading period. I'm in a heavy reading period right now. But I think Kurt Vonnegut would be a great author for when you're in a reading slump to kick you out of it and get you excited about reading again. Him and Haruki Murakami are 2 authors for me that really could get things moving again. They're just easy to read. They're enjoyable to read. There's enough substance to them that there's something to think about, something to chew on. So I like it. Hey, speaking of literary stuff, Shakespeare's Mother dropping that prime sub. What's up, Shakespeare's Mother? Vonnegut LFG. How did you know, bro? We're on delay, right? How did you know I was talking about Vonnegut in the future? Do you like his work so far? Good luck today. Thanks, man. Yes. I've read Slaughterhouse 5, so I was curious going into this one. Breakfast of Champions, if it was going to be the exact same style or sort of different, you know, like how much did it stand on its own? And I've read an essay collection from Vonnegut too, actually. Was it Man Without a Country, I think? And I like it. Yeah, I think Vonnegut is good. You know, I would say I don't... Like, there's some parts of it that grate against me a little bit, for what it's worth. In that... you know, like, it's a lot easier to point out problems than to suggest solutions. And so they're... You know, it's very funny, but it is very much wrapped up in, like... let's point out all the absurd things, which is a good time. But also there could be a bit more of hammering home on the realities or the outcomes that those problems create, right? Showcasing those problems through the outcomes they create as opposed to just pointing out the problem. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I like it, and I largely agree with him on the mass majority of things. And I look forward to reading like all of his work eventually. But I do find some things that I want to push back against him on, I guess, which is, it's fun. You know, it's nice to be in conversation like with an author like that. But I also understand what people say when they mention that like Vonnegut is an author that is really impactful for people when they're younger, because it's infused with that sort of frustration on the reality of being alive that is so good. So we check raise and we get back raised, and I'm gonna fold, I guess. I don't know. Like, fine. It's a weird hand, but all right. Not often you check raise with top pair and then fold, but I think we're just losing. Painted mural would work on the ceiling, but that would be super pricey. Yeah, it definitely would. See, and I don't think I would necessarily want a mural, just because, like, you know, I wouldn't know if I liked the mural before I bought it or made it. You know, I just want to put framed artworks up on the ceiling somehow. How would that work? I don't know, but it would be really interesting to see a room filled with paintings. Don't you think? I guess how I picture it in my head, like this room or this space would be, it would be pretty much just like a complete relaxation room. Like you'd have some super low couches and a bunch of pillows and blankets everywhere, and a big comfy rug and like really low tables and stuff. And it would be a room intended to sort of lie around in, you know? And you could lie on your back and look up and see the art, or you could lie on your side or whatever. Just like a comfy room, basically. And to have the art encompassing sort of every wall and have it be claustrophobic almost in a sense would be kind of cool, I think. That's how I pictured it in my head, but I don't know, maybe too insane. Ace King against Queens here. We're 14 and 15. Min cash is how much? $321. It's not nothing, this min cash, right? Like, Duffmon just busted, which means we're one off the money. We are the shortest stack, but I mean, $320 min cash is kind of relevant at this point now. You should know that Croat Donut on your 320 is insane. Got it in 45 blinds, ace 10 pre, check jam, 80 blinds, 3-bet, pot, king, queen, 2, rainbow. He 80 blinds, 3-bet jam, 7-7. He's down 10k bet, somehow sun runs. Battling. There you go. Croat Donut. Getting it done out there. As we are hand for hand here on the bubble. Another hand is taking a long time. We really hope the bubble just bursts here. Flop set of 10s. The ace of the board turn was a 6, pairing the board. And I check raised flop, and then, oh, I remember now. Kevin Wadey, yeah. Yeah, I thought about it briefly on the turn, right? We check raise flop out of position. We could then check the turn. But typically how I think that would work was it would always go check on the turn, and then we would go to the river and we'd give them a free card. Whereas like if I bet the turn, I could still represent the flush draw a little bit. I did think about it. It's just like there wasn't a lot of money behind, and I was trying to think about like which way would my bluffs play realistically. Yeah, worth considering in that spot. You know, you could be right for sure that it's better. Good luck from Poland. Thank you, Arina Salowski. Thanks very much, man. Welcome. We call in position with a crack in hand, covering for a bounty. It's good. Big raise from Omorg. We fold. We are on the pure bubble now. Big raise, though, 3.5x. I don't think we do anything. They bet small. We call. Let's get a 5 in the turn. Would be great. Ooh. This makes it a bit interesting. Don't bet too big here. If you bet small, we can continue. But if you bet like 40,000, our life sucks. Okay. Good enough price here, I think. Sometimes well, 4 is almost always good. 5 is sometimes good. 7 is good. Deuce is good. Yeah. We'll call. 6. Probably check. In theory, we would be bluffing with this hand, probably, because diamonds missed, and it's better to bluff without diamonds. In practice, I don't think we're going to get enough folds here, so I'm just going to check and deviate from theory. We beat 9-8, so that's fantastic. We didn't even need to bluff. We had the best hand. We had the best hand, dude. What do you mean bluff? I'm going to pee again, and we've got a slightly bigger problem this time because it is 20 minutes till break. Okay. We're going to survive this. Sheesh. Open king queen. We get a call behind. We get a call here. In a good spot here. We're in second place in the tournament, actually. All right, to a flop. Queen 7 deuce. Hugh Hefner room. Is that what it is, you think? Yeah. I think it'd be nice. Just some big pillows, some big blankets, rug on the floor. Some windows, of course, and then just totally plastered in art everywhere. It'd be fun. I laughed when you began talking about him. I read Slaughterhouse 5 and Slapstick, and I loved them both. Soon starting Cat's Cradle. Totally with him when it comes to the absurdism and fatalism. Word. Yeah. Yeah, it's pessimistic in a humorous way, right? For sure. Pointing out the absurdities of modern life. Yeah, I think Cat's Cradle is the one that I'll read next, or there's a piano one, I think, Ready Player Piano or something. Just check at the turn. We're gonna check to induce here. I think it's fine. And pot control sometimes when they have a strong hand too, but I do think there's value in our hand. It's just how can we better get it? Huh. Well, the question is, do we raise or call? The sizing is very suspicious, right? It doesn't make any sense. Looks like a thin value bet with like a 7 or something, but it also could be trying to induce. I don't know. I'm just going to call. Jack 9 bluff. Okay. Great spot. 2 of 27 here. We're on the bubble of this 320. Trying to cash with a very short stack now. Second shortest stack has 84,000, but there's 3 stacks that are under 100K, so sub 20 blinds. I think min cashing is pretty important at this stage. The mystery bounties, we want to get them, but we're a long way off having an actual opportunity to get them. Mystery bounties are starting up here in 2 hands, but we're similarly short in that tournament. They can't get any better watching you play poker. Happy Sunday, win big. Thank you, Christopher Harvey. Appreciate you, man. Well, we could win a tournament. That would be better. We want the shorty to bust, whoever it is. I feel like it was eggs, but I think it was eggs. Dang it. Yeah, Omorg was the chip leader. That would have ended the bubble. Instead, we continue. So I'm playing this guy, and he's crying me, and I'm a dude. When he stacks me, calls me daddy's little girl does. What he mean by this? Dude, I really don't know. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. Poker Chris, Toronto. It does seem to me like there's a lot going on. I couldn't tell you what it is, but there's a lot happening. I know the volume. I don't know the substance. There's a lot happening, though. I'd probably take it as a compliment, personally. You play Cash and Playground? I play 5-card, play that. I haven't played Cash in a while. I used to play a decent amount. Haven't played any 5-card. But I was thinking maybe I could get a little cash game session going though at Playground. Could be fun. Could be fun. I'd have to take out some cash, which is kind of annoying. There's so many hurdles to playing live cash games. It does actually get in the way a little bit of playing, right? It's like, one, you've got to get a car or get an Uber for 35 bucks, which is annoying, and get out there and then get back. And then 2, you got to take some cash out. And then 3, you got to take some cash back, and you got to worry about having cash. You know, theoretically, of course. 6-4 suited, we are definitely the shortest stack. I think we want to call for 5K and just hit the nuts here. We missed. It's too bad. $138 bounty gone up here. Average bounty is 124 bucks in the mystery bounty. Okay. And gonna fold on the turn. I think especially on the paired board, bad flush draw. Not the right price. We want to try and get into the money here. We got 7 blinds. Got to be a little bit of a ninja. Hopefully pick up a blind or 2 here or there. And make it into the money is the hope. I'm gonna fold the Jack-9. Ace-4 suited. So we're 14 off the money in this 55, but I think we're all in here for 7 blinds. Don't think we want to pass on the Ace-4 suited. It is a mystery bounty, so we've got some action directly behind. Not a great position to see a reshove from. It's probably pretty strong, but let's see. Love Fish and Chips goes for the rejam over top. It looks bigger than it is. I mean, these stacks are 18 blinds deep. And we're going to need some clubs here in the 55. Or just a 4 is cool. GG. 0%, unfortunately, on the turn. Let's see what the bounties are. Scoops all 3. 53 bucks for 1. $25 for me. It wasn't worth anything, fam. Money trees. 109. All right. GG in the 55 mystery bounty. GG in that one. Good luck. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you, Chung Ho Young. What's up? I kind of need some good luck right now. A really good spot in the 215, but I'd like to cash this tournament, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I got to open the other table, actually, and see if there's any... Let me put the cover on this. This is the other table. So we can always sweat any bust outs there. Also phantom bet. You think so? Fair enough. People be making errors out there, bro. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There's mistakes. I make them too, for what it's worth. Check with Queen 6 suited. Look at the flop. This is beautiful. In the 109 turbo. Let's bet. The call turn is another bet. And a big bet. Hey, we made the money somehow. Who busted? Someone busted up here. Let's go. In the money, red felt hype, 322 cashed. And the top bounty is 3,000 bucks. King 10 is our first double up. Let's get it done. They folded to the overbet on the river. This is a good spot to overbet, I think. Let's get a quick little triple up here. Would just be perfect. Oh, we're in a great spot here. But quad threes takes it down. All right, here's the bounties. Let's see. $300 for Shark. That's the smallest bounty, no? Oh, no, 150 is the smallest. How big was my bounty? Oh, 2250. Ship it, yo. 2,200 bucks for my bounty. It was a nice incentive to win the tournament. We cashed for 321. GG. Break even, but man, mystery bounties are really fun. I really enjoy playing them. They're like, they add an interesting dimension to the typical strategy decisions that we make. So I like them. All right, here we are. Still, 2 of 27, 13 pay in the 215 super. Should be about 3K for the win with bounties. We have one bounty so far. And I think we want to bet on 7-5 deuce monochrome. I can make this race on the side a little bit larger now and actually watch a bit of it. Leclerc is up 11 seconds on Verstappen, but is that a pit-related thing, or is it like he actually smashing that much? I don't know. I really don't know. Huh, interesting. Is Leclerc yet to pit? It might be Leclerc's yet to pit. That's probably what's going on here. And Norris, theoretically, is going to take the lead of this race. But let's see. Ace 10, it's a decent hand. I don't think we want to go all in against Antonio raising early position, but Daima Mitkaj calls. Supikos calls. I think I'm going to call as well. Check. We're in a lot of danger here. King, Queen, and Ace, Jack are both totally possible in both of these ranges. And so against those hands, we're drawing nearly dead. Dude, this is a really hard spot. The stacks are really awkward here as well. I mean, I kind of just want to fold, but I don't think I can. Snap all in. Oh, I'm going to fold. We'll never know if that was the right fold, but I really do think it was. Hard spot. I don't know what to do there, man. I really don't, chat. It's, feel like I want to fold on the turn. Damn. Queen 7 of clubs is okay. It's okay. Thank you, Matsy, for the good luck. So let's start with a limp and see how it plays out from here. And limp call for sure. Definitely not folding yet. And what a flop. Flop the flush draw. 10-6-3. We're pretty deep here. It's nice to check raise and get a lot of like just broadways that don't hit to fold. Especially when they bet 7,700. Is this what they're going to bet with like aces, kings? I think I want to check raise. I just expect that on average people are going to bet a bit bigger with overpairs. So if I check raise here, it means I'm playing for stacks, which is a big pot, but especially against this sizing, I think it's a good thing to do. I've got a pot against Live in Quebec. Bien sûr. Bonne chance, mon ami. The call. We see bets. And we win. That's good. Okay, we're actually going on a break here. So you're watching Pokerstaples on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We are chip leading the 215 Super. So I'm going to play you 5 minutes of highlights, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, okay? Stay with me. So that puts us on $474 cashed with 400 of buy-ins. All right, there it is. Ooh, we got a big spin here, 355. Nice. Aha, bonjour, bonjour, mon ami. I don't know, I will play, but je joue 10 spins ce matin. And I have played. That's it tilts me, man. I just want it to be there, you know? Be there immediately. Keep working on it. Open, get a call, Jack 10-4, all diamonds. We're gonna go check here. Decent hand to consider bluffing on the river, but pretty connected here. I doubt we do, but let's go. We call here. Oh, dominated. Pretty unlucky. 9 or 4 or king. Oh! Baby, we're running hot, baby. Damn, that's sick. But I mean, we did suck out big time, to be fair, so. Limp fold, I think, is fine with queen 5 here. Really bad flop. Not a great spot to bluff here. We're going to have so many better hands to bluff with. The king on the turn, though. Not a bad spot to put a little stab out. No, we're going to go for the river bluff. Yep. Good luck. Queen 9 suited. Pretty good hand. We dominate, but they dominated us. We kind of owe them one here. I couldn't be sad if we lost that, but we didn't. Don't worry. Tree 55. That takes us 4-5. Bro, I don't want to do this math right now. 355 plus 474. 829 in cashes with 500 in buy-ins. Let's go, man. Finally having a day of spins. Okay. It's our 6th spin of the day. All right, 225, but this would put us in the profit over the 10 spins, so this would be quite nice. Do we limp here? Yeah, probably. Check. River bluff, if we bluff anything here, we have 6-high. We have no spade draw, we have no heart draw, we have no straight draws. We have no equity here, right? We have plenty of stuff that we can bluff. But on the river, we actually have one of our best hands to bluff, in that we're going to be choosing like 2 cards under 8 that don't have a pair, right? And don't have a flush, obviously, are going to be our best bluffs on the river there. So raise up ace jack and we can call this off. PSR, what's up, brother? Good morning, sunshine. Back at you, man. Ooh, such a bad flop for ace jack. Trying to get the showdown here. Ooh. Now we lose an extra bet to a heart. Yay. Oh, no. Nice. They check. It was good. Beat king 10. I'm really surprised king 10 didn't bluff here. With queen 9 for 8 blinds here. I don't know. Same spot, but the blinds are up this time, so now it's a call. So it was 15-30, now it's 20-40. So it's for like a less blind. It's definitely a call now. Queen 9, king jack. Well, I'd like to take the other one now if I could. Heart and commitment to the game, Dottie. No. We got an ace. We have an ace here. Ace deuce, king 3. All right, for 170 chips, which is, I mean, totally in this thing, frankly. We're in it. It's fine. Hell yeah. Might be favorite now. Call. For 4 blinds, and they fold. Okay. We're not favorite, but that was good. Oh, my God. Another nutted hand. Let's go. Ace 9, queen 8. Yeah. And we are... Oh, I jinxed it so hard. I was going to say we were back in the lead. No. That is a big jinx, to be fair. Tough. All right. 1 in 25, 13 pay here in the 215. We just have 1 bounty for 50 bucks, but we can get every other bounty because we're chip leader of the tournament. So why don't we get it then, huh? How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? We have a 109 hyper starting up this hour too. Watching the F1 on the side as the conclusion of this exciting race is upon us. We're gonna fold the Jack 8. But yeah, thank you all for being here, and hope you're having a great day. Feel free to ask anything you'd like in the chat, or chat about whatever you want, man. It's open season here. I think we got just over 200 people across all the streams, so your guys' sort of choice where we take this stream in regards to chat and conversation. Ace-10 here is pretty good. And I think we also get to raise King-4 suited, covering for bounties. Yes, how I was doing. Was in too many games to answer, so I will on break. I understand. Haven't played much poker lately. Had COVID, but bounced back. However, hubby has COVID and hasn't been so lucky. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's brutal. I hope he starts to feel better soon. I totally understand. I got sick with COVID in August, and it totally took a round out of me, so... hope he feels better soon. Yeah, it's brutal. And I understand repoker as well, obviously, you know? I got to put it aside. I hope hope there's enough time in your life for you, in that I know you have a family and you have a lot to look over and your practice, etc., to take care of, but I hope you find some time to, like you are today, play some poker and be absorbed by your own interest as well. All the best. So we'll just bet call here on the turn if need be. We pick up the flush draw and the gut shot, but obviously we hope they just fold. Would be great. They call. I think we should bluff on the end here. Our bluffs are going to be miss spades and miss clubs with a king and a queen. So it's a pretty good hand to bluff. Obviously the success rate's not going to be super high, but it's fine. It doesn't have to work that often. Let's go. Bluff successful, baby, with the king 6. For hubby, it caused an autoimmune response, and his immune system attacked himself, killed a nerve in his arm. He lost all use of his right hand. Hope to get it back, but likely 6 to 8 months. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really scary. I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that. I hope you're managing okay, and I hope he's managing okay as well. Yeah, I mean, like, we're going to rejam King 10 here, covering for the $50 bounty. Try not to think about COVID too much nowadays. Not that it's not important, it super is important, but just because I don't think it's good for my well-being, essentially, to think about it. But, you know, I've had some conversations with a few people over the last couple months that have experienced some pretty drastic effects of having COVID, and I know that to be a reality. It's a testimony like yours brings it back into focus of how bizarre times are, I guess, in some ways. So yeah, all the best, great bluff. Thinking of you and fam. Good luck, Jamie, old buddy, old pal. What's up, Sean Milliken? Thanks, man. Fingers crossed we can get it done. I think we can. Why not? I'm surprised that King 8 raised called there. But hey, $100 of bounties, big chip leader. Let's go, baby. We're gonna raise up ace queen. It's called neuralgic amyotrophy or parsonage Turner syndrome. Word. Yeah, geez. We're going to go for a small bet here. Now that you've been doing this for a long time, do you have any regrets or happy with where you're at today? I mean, of course, there's a bunch of things I would have done differently given hindsight of like knowing what I know now about, you know, business or content creation or being a human being or whatever, right? Like there's all sorts of stuff where I think it wasn't the optimal choice. Call for 12,000 with ace queen. Sometimes it could be value raising a worse hand given such a short stack, but it's not a great thing to see the raise there. And we are up against a full house with our trips, unfortunately. At the end of the day, like if I look at it on the whole, I'm very fortunate. Bennett, for sure, man. Like very fortunate in that I found something I really love to do. I've gotten to do it a lot. It's been fulfilling in a bunch of different ways. I've learned a bunch, and it's provided me a lot of opportunities in the future, you know? So on the whole, you know, would I switch this career for something else? No, I wouldn't. But, you know, of course there was lots of mistakes made along the way too. I don't know. I just feel like in a lot of ways I was a late bloomer when it came to understanding myself in some way, you know? I don't think I had a really good grasp of what was going on within me when I started playing poker. It took me a long time to figure it out. I don't know if that's abnormal or not, but you know, with a more thorough understanding, it kind of showcases like, you know, the why of poker, right? Like why was poker the thing that I liked? Why did I find it interesting to start playing? You know, why did I start to make content? All that stuff sort of just makes a lot more sense to me now. And so I would do a few things to be a bit more kind to myself, I think, right? Like I was really hard on myself in the early days of poker and creating content, and had some negative effects, you know? Lost some good times being wrapped up in a race that's not so important. So yeah, I don't know. And when I look at like my content career, you know, I think someone you can really look to as has done it the right way the whole time is someone like Spraggy. I think Spraggy is a great role model when it comes to content in that he seems to have had a great balance in his career through the whole career, right? Like from start to finish, he was not the kind of guy that was putting in insane volume or insane hours all the time. He wasn't caught up in like trying to be number one or sort of outwork anyone else. He's just consistently put forward good content for, you know, about a decade now. But also managed to live what seems like a fulfilling life outside of content creation and poker, and you know, nurture friendships and develop a relationship with his wife and spend time with his family and all of that, right? Like I think he did things really well. And when I look back at me when I was creating content, 25, 26, 27, 28, you know, I was not as balanced of mind or of action, right? Like I was very much kind of super obsessed with finding success. And my definition of success was very, I don't know, like immature and naive, I would say, right? So yeah, I don't know. Like, I see so much pressure in poker, in the poker community, right? There is so much pressure that people put on themselves or the community puts on others in terms of your expectation. You know, like, for example, I'm thinking of even my discussion with Doug Polk that I had, you know, maybe 6-7 years ago now about, you know, is poker a waste of time if you're making less than 100K a year, right? Like, that conversation with more and more time continues to be absurd to me. More so now than it was then. Right? Like, that's a pressure-packed environment to where a large subset of the community views your time as wasted if you're not earning, you know, a top 1% income in the world. There is... yeah, it's just a bit bizarre, dude. You know? So yeah, I wish I had some of the skills that I have now. Back then, I would make slightly different choices, but nonetheless. He's over the cover part now, but no use of his hand really sucks. Yeah, totally imagine that. Trying to stay positive. No, it could be worse, so we find ways to make the best of it. All the best, great bluffing, fam. Please knock out that Uber cheat KK Jito, says Angry Regular. Okay, this is KK Jito. Listen. Second time today, he's bet with Aaron, backdoors me. Well, that's not cheating. That's just luck, okay? So careful what you say. You can say lucky, but you can't say cheater. Angry Regular. Living up to your name, though, low-key. Do you watch American football? I don't really. What's your feelings on some of the games in Wembley? Are you for it coming across the pond to us? Yeah, I think it's a great initiative by the NFL. Makes sense from a business perspective, makes sense from a fan base perspective. People in the UK that want to get into American football, great opportunity to do so. I think it's a good idea for like tours to do international games. It's smart. I like it. The actual sport of American football, though, kind of indifferent about it, to be honest. Indifferent about it. I didn't really grow up with it in terms of being something we watched or were interested in. So, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of prefer watching other sports, I guess. Hey, we have a 7. Probably beats an ace high here. Hello, bro, from Georgia. What's up, Nicolos? Call here for a gazillion to 1. Lose to 10. I'll look for you maybe 1 year. Collect you some skills. I'm doing well. I'm glad to hear, man. Thanks. Can I live from poker to make money? And some, I play poker from 16. I want to be poker pro. Well, first of all, poker is 18 plus. So it seems like you're over 18 now, but yeah, it's adults only, terms of service, etc. I'm an ambassador for PartyPoker. I take that responsibility seriously in that, you know, we can offer no games to anyone under the age of 18, and I'm certainly not trying to promote it to anyone that's young, so keep that in mind. I think you're a little bit older now. I mean, there is room for success in poker for sure. It's challenging though. It's really hard, right? Like, is poker the easiest way to make money? No. Can you make money in poker? Yeah, but it's like it's a very difficult quantitative game in that you don't only have to be better than your opponents, you have to also beat the rake that the poker sites charge, right? So it's, you know, the old saying of a hard way to make an easy living, I think stands true. It's just you're competing against like intelligent, like-minded people that are trying their best to outsmart you, and you have to outsmart them. So, Jamie, I don't think many YouTubers back then were anywhere near balanced. That goes for any new business, especially online. For sure, yeah. Well, I don't think 2016, 2017, 2018, balance wasn't a part of the discussion, right? It was kind of the golden age of social media to me and the internet. And it was really the start of volume-based content, which it's not that way anymore, but it was all about hey, make as much content as you can is essentially the deal, right? And so, I don't know. I'd regularly be working 100-hour weeks, not necessarily on camera, but off camera too. And then the stream took up my mind away from that. So I put so much pressure on myself. I think about traveling, for example. When I was playing different spots and we were traveling, I didn't give myself nearly enough time to just enjoy the places that I was in. It's a good example of was so stressed about having to get in 5 streams or something, a week. And it's just I don't know. You look at a guy like Daniel Negreanu, right? A very talented and successful player. And, he puts in streams 3 or 4 times a week, I don't know, 3 times a year, maybe 2 times a year. And that's enough for him. He'll do a 4-hour stream and that's enough for him. I think the whole, you have to stream every day thing is what's necessary to grow a community, but it's kind of unsustainable for a long-term perspective, And I'm almost a decade in, almost 10 years into this, so gonna fold there. So yeah, it's I don't know. It certainly not only my problem. It was a lot of people's problem, but I regret some of that for sure. Zultan. And like I said, doesn't mean that I'm not tremendously lucky. I wouldn't, trade it. I just wish I could make slightly different choices. Is it a waste of time? Which? I mean, I think everything can be a waste of time if you frame it that way, right? Whether something is a valuable use of time or a waste of time depends on what it is that you're valuing as important. So I think, poker was an ability for me to be fulfilled, for me to fulfill my life in some way, to feel as if I could accomplish something and to cut my teeth and find confidence and find success. And it was a way to find some level of financial freedom and in that, so it was successful at all of those avenues and was absolutely not a waste of time, right? If you had a different metric for what success was, right? I want to make an impact on the environment. Well, then it's a complete waste of time, of course, right? That's just a different metric though. So I think the idea of waste of time to me is just not universal, right? Choose your own adventure, etc. And yeah, for me, I enjoy a much more varied life now than I did back then in terms of spending time on a lot more things. But I don't know. That's what it's like for most people. I feel like, when you're 20, 21, 22, etc. You're just obsessed with whatever you're into, and you spend so much time on it, and then some of the additional flavors of life come with time. I feel like, anyways. J Cloth 74 dropping that prime sub. Guess a love of the chat for J Cloth. Thank you, brother. Ooh. So jam for 11 and a cold call. Maybe we can actually fold here. The stacks are a little bit too deep to want to get this in. Pretty crazy. Ace Queen's going to win. Just kidding. Sevens are going to win. Just kidding. I would have won. So sick. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a thought I had yesterday. I forget where I was thinking about it, but like there's just so many different ways of approaching the world, right? And I don't necessarily think they're better or worse, but they are varied in terms of the experience. You can approach the world from this, like from an academic view, right? Or an intellectual view, or you can approach the world from a sort of a business view or a pragmatic view or a financial view. Or you can approach it in a more family-oriented or relationship view, right? And you can have expertises in all these different areas of living that shade how everything looks, how everything behaves, right? You know, the lens that you're wearing on the glass changes based on your experience in different viewpoints, you know? You can spend all of your time behind a desk. We're going to re-enter here. Or you can spend all of your time outside, or you can do both. And they're not better or worse, they're just different. I think what is a shame, though, is when humanity is belittled to a point like you feel such pressure to be an expert that you don't feel as if there's another time to, or enough time to spend time honing these other lenses, right? Or widening the view, creating more options for yourself as a human being, right? And when you reduce yourself to essentially a machine that must compete to be the best at this one view of being alive, you know, you can find success there, but I think it's a shame to not experience what the world looks like from one of these other viewpoints, right? Like that, it's kind of sad, the loss of opportunity there. And so, I don't know, I guess that's like a thought that is in my mind often, is that I'm getting to experience the world in a broader perspective than I did in my 20s, and I wish I would have done that earlier, you know? Some people spend their whole life outside every single day for like 10 hours a day. I spend probably on average less than an hour outside a day. Less than an hour on average, right? That's really kind of bizarre, you know what I mean? That's a little bizarre. I don't know. Anyways. Who do you think is the best all-around card player in the game right now? I really don't know. I don't know how to evaluate that question. Because I don't know enough to know who the best is. You can't really look at results. And I can't evaluate the quality of decisions because I'm not at their level, right? And it's not like chess where there's no variance and you can just look at rating. So you need to have the skill level of the best, but then be able to judge based on results, but there's variance. So yeah, I don't think I can really answer that question. Super nice to see you still here, buddy. Almost 10 years later. It's true, Diego. What's up, man? On YouTube. A pleasure. Next week is 10 years. Next week is 10 years on Twitch. Raise 9-7 of hearts. Do you think we'll look at it back at any era of social media as golden? I know what you mean, but we're now facing Mr. Dyson's creation from Terminator. I don't think we'll look back at it that way, but I do, anyways. Like, I think that there has been some aspects of the internet that were really enjoyable and fun and non-destructive. I also do think that it is all a little drab at the moment. Like, it's not, the vibes are not high right now on the internet broadly. But like, I think about early Facebook, like it was really fun on Facebook in the early days. You know, you just chat on your friends' walls, and I was in high school, and so you'd flirt with girls and organize parties, and it was a fun way to stay connected with everyone. That was like pretty enjoyable. I also think that before we got obsessed with volume and it became a bit, before everything became a business on the internet. Of course it wasn't a business before, but before individuals became a business, and I understand the irony of that statement, and that's effectively what I've done with my own career, but before that, I think social media was kind of fun, you know. But nowadays, I think it's kind of the stuff that gets surfaced. I still think there's good and wholesome and exciting and interesting content out there. It's just the stuff that gets surfaced is extremist, and the stuff that is financially viable is essentially outliers, right? It has to be an outlier in some way. So it could be an outlier in skill, and that stuff is still great, but an outlier in emotional response creates the worst in us. So yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. Okay. 1 and 19, 13 pay. We're still in the lead here, in a good spot. Hey, we got a flush. All right, take it down. 420,000. We're loving it. Pocket fours. We're loving this too. A little awkward against a button open here. All right, and full stress, we just jam here. Mr. Full-Time Stream Days, one of the all-time favorite streamers, Crush Life, brother. Thank you, Mark Maker. Glad you're digging it. Yeah, you can still find me out here, bro. I'm still streaming. I'll be around. Don't you sweat it. Hold. Let's go. Ship it, Dottie. Come on. Let's go. 510,000. Got another bounty. That's 150 in bounties, and we are Bubble Felt official with the chip lead. Love it. Jamie, I've been following you a long time. I see you've always played on Party Poker. What do you think of the site today? At least here in LATAM, one of the least traffic. Is it to grow? Well, I have actually played on more sites than just Party Poker, but I've been a Party Poker pro now for coming up on 6 years. So it's been quite some time. I think what we can do, we do really well, right? I think our games, game integrity wise, are secure and fair. I think we have good promotions based on our player pool. I think our weakness in relation to everyone else is our player pool size, because we can't operate in as many countries, right? So if people evaluate their site based on like who has the biggest prize pool, we're not going to win with the people that care about that the most, right? Like they're going to choose somewhere else. But if they want games that are safe and fair, that they can trust, they like the promotions that we have going on in Party Poker, I think we have a great spot to play. It's just our competitors, a lot of them operate in countries that we don't. And so that makes a big difference, right? Like if we operate in a quarter of the countries of like another site like GG Poker or something, well, you would think, oh, that's going to be a quarter of the prize pools, right? And that's just the way that Party Poker works. Is it's a company that's owned by Entain. And Entain is sort of a company that owns a bunch of different gaming companies, and they have a legal department, and so the lawyers determine where it is that Party Poker can operate. And Entain is very whitest of white hats in terms of where it wants to operate. It wants to operate in markets that are regulated or have a clear path to regulation. So that's sort of, the MO of what we have going on, and why, our prize pools aren't as big as some of the other sites, but I still do think that we have really high quality stuff happening. So yeah, man. It obviously is challenging from a stream perspective sometimes, because it's like, obviously people like watching the biggest amount of money up for grabs. So I think that has an effect, obviously, on the stream. But at the same time, I think, this is still poker. It's still decisions, it's still cards. There's still thousands of dollars to be won. There's a lot of upsides, I would say, too. So pretty uncomfortable hand here, but I think we're all in with our two pair. They could have made a better two pair, but I don't think checking is the right answer. Well, I should consider a little bit more here, actually. Maybe I will check call. I don't mind the check call. We're going to lose to like Queen Jack, right? Or we're going to lose to Jack 8 or Jack 7. But we should allow them the opportunity to bluff, and it's pretty hard to get called by worse hands there. Like, it's going to be a big ask to get Ace Jack to call a shove or Jack 9 or Jack 10 to call a shove there when another overcard hits the board. So, yeah, I changed my mind. Maybe a little nitty, but I think it's correct anyways. Let's play this hand. We're 2 off the money bubble. With 3 bets. 10 years, congrats. Thanks, man. Got to fold the jam, of course. People would never listen to anyone screaming at a train station if they take that as offensive. They still open DMs from unknown. Yeah, I mean, you are sort of subjected to the loudest people for sure. On social media, you know, it's just hold. Let's go. Stop tagging people these days. I just don't really know enough, to be honest. But also, where's Matty Ice at? He is visiting my parents, I believe. I think. I'll go for a little bit here. Cheers, Fernando. Cheers, man. I used to play poker full time, then quit to do something more productive or meaningful for society. That's in quotes. I regret that choice. Maybe I just contributed a little more around me, but I was happier then. Yeah, fair. Fair enough, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that impetus, you know? Like, I guess I have the feeling that I want to be a positive influence in other people's lives, you know? I want to make other people's lives better. In some way, but then I also feel that that I do only get sort of one shot at being alive, and some of that is about my own experience and happiness, not necessarily about what I can do for other people, but also about the time that I have. And as bizarre as it may seem, I think a lot of my early poker career was all about well, this is probably not bizarre to a lot of people, but to me it's bizarre, or it was bizarre when I sort of figured it out. A lot of it was just based in ego of sort of trying to I don't know, become acceptable in some way in the world, you know? Like feel okay about myself by accomplishing something or excelling at something in relation to other people. And so even though it's a quote unquote like selfish pursuit, I wasn't really doing it for selfish reasons. It was more so for other people. And now that doesn't really feel that way. So I don't know. It's like, I don't necessarily feel bad about spending hours of the day doing things that are for me. Whereas I used to feel bad about that. I feel like I haven't really done that enough in my life, actually, you know? But then there's the other side, which is I do like making the world better. I like contributing to a community and collective, you know? And making things better for people, so. Do you want kids and a high EV wife? Well, I definitely don't evaluate people in terms of EV. You know, I'm engaged to Rebecca, and I love her very much, and I'm so happy. Kids, I don't think so. Likewise, I would like to make a positive influence in some young people's lives, but I don't feel the need for them to be my own in some sense, you know? But yeah, I don't know. To me, like measuring your partner in any sort of external sense is bizarre. Like just I don't know, man. You're just like when you're in love, it's rationality seems silly. Seems like frivolous, right? Uh, like what a machine like idea to be rational, right? You love someone. Um, so yeah, I don't really. The love I have for Rebecca is like, it doesn't matter who she is in relation to other people or who she could become, right? Uh, it's unconditional, right? It's like all encompassing. So yeah, I don't know. Like I see discussion on social media often about like, oh, this is my partner is this, or I don't like this about them, or they, when I got together with them, they were this and they became this, and I don't like that. And I just don't think those people have ever given themselves over to someone in the way that I have. I don't know. It just feels like a different thing to me. This is a big jam for 26 blinds, but whatever. We're on the soft bubble and it's a bounty and it's fine. Take it down. I think we talked about this the other week, but it's probably a sign of being a little bit like getting older, get off my lawn. And that's not necessarily a good thing, but I don't know. I always see interviews of people talking about relationships or dating, and it's always a competition of signaling your high value, right? Like showing to other people that you have these sort of high standards of love. And I just don't find that really admirable anymore. I find that like a very ego-driven and sad, sort of solitary individual view on being in the world. like I find it more beautiful or more admirable or more attractive when people can find things that are attractive in other people, as opposed to like comparing, you know? Yeah, I don't know. The opposite, essentially. I don't know if that's making any sense, but. What's up, Andre? How are you? Raise it up on the button here. 1 of 15. So what activities did you do staying inside at home? Or staying inside, you mentioned in your 20s. Streaming, bro. Streaming and poker, that's it. And YouTube, you know. And we traveled a bunch and we walked and exercised, but there wasn't a lot of room for any hobbies, for sure. Isn't it weird why we always want validation in others when in reality it makes no difference? Yeah, it is weird. It is weird, isn't it? It is weird. Play well, Jamie, watching for the Philippines. Thank you, Nix Pascal. Appreciate you. I lost 2,000K last night at the casino playing poker against the dealer. It sucked ass. What kind of poker were you playing against the dealer, bro? That doesn't sound like the poker I know. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I'm sorry that it didn't go well for you. All right, we have great stacks here. Chip leader and 2.5 stacks now in the 109 Sunday party. Six Max Hyper starts in 2 minutes. I'm going to try and register. I think it might need 4 to go, so we'll see if it'll get off the ground. Jacks here. It's pretty good. It needs 5. It's not going to get it, unfortunately. I doubt, anyways. Let's raise up jacks. Shove it, honestly. Just shove it for 50 blinds here, Boris. Come on. It's totally up to Rebecca to be what she wants. You just have the best seat in the house to follow her amazing journey. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Exactly. But I don't know. I think, I'm going to try and get the hottest wife or the hottest girlfriend or the richest husband or the tallest husband or whatever. I find it all, I don't know, like just, I really struggle to empathize with it. I think true love is really not at all about anything other than the two of you. So like its relation to other people is so irrelevant to the feeling that it creates, right? Like it's just yeah, I don't know, man. What's up, Kevin Martins? Hey, Poker God, good luck today. Greets from Belgium. Thanks, brother. How are you? It's looking pretty good right now. 1 of 15. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but we have double second place, so it's a pretty nice spot to be in, to be honest. So let's see. Fingers crossed. Moscow opens. Moscow Mule. We're going to call in the big blind here. Sweet. I don't think we want to necessarily check raise here. I think just check call is fine with queen 10. Don't want to inflate a massive pot when we're 60 blinds deep against under the gun. But we like our hand. And I hope for a check, we bet, and they call, right? That's a great river to bet. A lot of stuff missed. And that's exactly what happens. A lot of stuff could have bluff caught here. Middling pairs, ace highs. Middling pair, there you go, with the fives. Makes sense. I'd play their hand the same way, but for us, obviously, it's great news. Pocket kings, $100 bounty here. Come on, Sir Ben. Beautiful. So we're going to 3-bet here to 37.5. All right, good luck us. King's ace jack. Hold it. Ooh. Ooh. Let's go! $100 bounty. We are Salmon Felt official. $250 earned in bounties. And we are still chip leader, one off the money. Honestly, approaching triple second place, which is pretty awesome. This is good. Let's vacuum these bounties, huh? 7-card poker against the house. Ray, don't play against the house, brother. I mean, do what you want. If you're doing it for fun, of course, do what you want. But don't be playing against the house, brother. Rebecca, tell him. Ray is playing against the house. Ray, don't be doing that.
What's the ratio you normally do?
I think it's 1 to 2.
2 water.
2 water, yeah.
Okay.
Got oatmeal for lunch today, chat. Rebecca, thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, you really sound like a good whistler, Jay. Thanks. Rebecca is not a fan of the whistling, so I don't whistle as much as I used to because she has a hearing aid and it kind of, at certain frequencies, it gets set off, and then also it's hard with hearing and stuff. High frequencies can be a little annoying because everything that comes in is at the same kind of volume in some sense. All that to be said, I don't whistle as much as I used to, but I do like to whistle. I'm into it. Pull the 10-4. Trying to find the wifiest wife out there. You got it, brother. You got it. I guess, like, in simple terms, dude, I think the thing that should be embarrassing is high standards, right? I think that is embarrassing. To me, anyways. Like, being so selective that you can't find things that are attractive in other people because they think they reflect poorly on you is extremely self-conscious to me, right? Whereas if you can see normal people, right, like normal bodies, normal human beings with normal flaws, and you can find something attractive about it, which to me is not hard to do, right? You know, I can find something attractive about most people. That to me is much more alluring and desirable. So yeah, I don't know. I see that, like, content of my partner needs to have all of these metrics as like I don't know, like just really sad how limited and I guess frigid in some sense people are when they could just be the other way. It should be much better. Just much better if they could let down the walls in some sense. So I don't know. Yeah, we call getting 4.5 to 1, bro. What do you got? Jack 9. Not good enough. Queen's good, baby. Let's go. Triple stack. 1 of 14 here. Whenever you do try and find the hottest, tallest, you do realize that they're doing that too. Not to put anyone down, but when you're alone with her, all you want is laugh together. Downplaying with hotkeys enables 7-4 off, small blind raises, and big blind luckily turn the flush. Big blind fold to my all in. Yeah. The hotkey misclick. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think those kind of relationships are the one, you know? It's just not the way to be. It's so individual. It's so egotistical, right? It's all about you. I don't know. It's just not a vibe, you know? It's so lonely as well when you think about it. I think it is anyways. Literally never play any carnival games or any games at the casino. I only play against others in poker. When I go to the casino, there's no gambling online in Australia. Word. Yeah, man. I mean, do what you want for fun, but don't be playing 7 card, though. Thanks for the advice, Rebecca. Exactly, Ray. Rebecca says no. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it, brother. Nice hold opens. I think just call in position here. It's almost too strong to want to 3-bet and then they jam and we fold. Like, be kind of sad. It's a really easy hand to play 33 blinds deep in position as well as the chip leader. All right, so we go to flop king 4 deuce. They check, we check. It's a beautiful turn, bro. It's a beautiful turn. Shred Crow, what's up? Long-time lurker here. I just wanted to chime in. Hello. We could definitely rep a queen here, but should we? Probably should rep the queen here. And try and get them to fold better aces and stuff like that. I'm my firstborn unexpectedly in a relationship not far along in a traditional standard. As I'm watching my baby grow, my love for my partner grows more and more each day because of pure effort. Like everything in the world, life is about what you make of it. Cheers, mate, from Lethbridge, Alberta. Let's go. Lethbridge in the house. Yeah, man. Absolutely. That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. I think like it's just, why would you have a scarcity mindset when it comes to the beauty of other people, right? Like, why would you reject people based on them not being up to a standard when you could find the things that are attractive or beautiful about them? That just seems so much better. I don't know. And congratulations as well. Okay, quick break. I'm going to grab some oatmeal for lunch. Pokerstaples on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Back in 5. Stay with me. Chip leading. Limp don't fold. Limp don't fold here. I think we call with King 9 suited. Good luck. Flippin'. Yeah. Ship it. Let's go. Heads up. To guarantee the profit on the spin session for us. Yeah, and it just wasn't, it was a different category. Yeah. Call it the 7, check. That's the hardest one I can ever think of, honestly. That's a pretty good flop, frankly. It's pretty damn good. Bet 3/4 with our trip 5s. They call. Rivers a 4. Bet 80%. Yeah, that seems good. It's a good bluff size. We're of course not bluffing, but I think it makes some sense. And we win. Oh no, we chop. So sick. They flopped a full house. That's incredible. Yes, do it. We're gonna jam a6 offsuit. You could also check back here, but I think a6 offsuit doesn't play too well post flop. Ace or 7 or deuce. Why are we lagging? Oh, we lost and I don't know what happened. All right, we're all in here. It's a 4. Sad. This is a sad one to probably lose here, you know? Not ideal. 10, 6, 8 deuce. It's not over yet. We're winning right now. Okay. We need our 41%. Ooh, good start. Oh, we're low-key back. What's up, Steve Bennett on Facebook? Good to see you. Only with Queen 9. Pretty good hand. Heads up. It's fine. 3 days in a row of some streams. Queen 9, Jack 8. Here we go for 800. Queen on the flop. No diamond. Let's go, dude. We got a huge lead now. 8-1 chip lead to lock up the profit in the spins. Beautiful hand dealt heads up here. King or 10. Oh, feels so good, chat. 281. 281. Let's go. We have cash for 1,110 with 700 in buy-ins. 8th spin of the day. We have $1,110 in cashes. Absoluteprint.gov today. Not so good on the multis though. 247. Yeah, call. Ace Jack King 9. All right, so it's interesting that this senior decides to just open ship King 9 suited. As we hit the Jack, let's go. Because I should pretty much just be copying their strategy. Pretty decent hand to bluff. We can pick up a diamond, a 10, a jack, a 9, a queen, a 7 to pick up some equity. And then also we have jack high, so we can put pressure on queen high, king high, ace high. We get check raise. I think we should peel based on all of that. If the check raise was bigger, then we'd fold, but it's a bit too small. I have a poker book club where I get together with some math students. Very quantitative, very difficult. So we do that. And then I'm also working my way through a Jonathan Little book and endgame poker strategy. So yeah, that's my current thing. Like, I go through different phases. Sometimes I'm really on a study grind and sometimes I'm not. I don't have that. What's up? I'm back. There was a lot of oatmeal. A little too much oatmeal. I'm leaving the rest of that oatmeal, man. Okay, pocket fours. We're going to call in position.
Much love, everyone. How you doing? We got 2 tables on the go here. We might add another, but Chip leading the Super 215. It's going to be about 3K for the win, I think. Somewhere in there. Nice old checks. We go for small bet here. I think it makes sense to value bet and then also protect against a bunch of stuff. So, in your opinion, for someone who has a $50 bankroll, whoa, check raise. Okay, call. Is it sustainable to play cent micro tournaments ranging from 1 cent to 20 cent buy-ins? Should be, yeah, I think so. Should be fine. And have been playing poker for 7 months now. Can I do this in the long run without learning GTO? You can, but the fact that you want to is not a vibe. Right? Like, wanting to avoid having to learn something is not the way to go about it. You should be thinking about the other way, which is like, I want to learn everything I can about poker, even the things that are really difficult. So you can find success without it, but why would you do that? You're new to the game of poker. Learn everything you can. Hopefully that helps. All right, Mikkel Jones, what's up, y'all? Appreciate you. Best of luck, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you. What's up, Guitar Fen? Was looking for people to watch while I play a few tables. You're pretty entertaining. I like you explain what you're doing. Thanks. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions you may have. I'll do my best to explain when stuff comes up. Not hard to be nice, my brother. People are so fixated on looks and money and all these things. It actually used to be that way inclined, but after some huge life events, I had to take, and then it's cut off there. Look, Luke Brooker. Yeah, for sure. Me too, man. Me too. Same. Same. Uh, 3-9 suited is going to be a fold. Had to take a good hard look at myself and what I seen I didn't like. I just find that when you put your ego aside, look at people with kind, loving heart, you can most of the time be happy. Yeah, I think so. Three-bet call here. I mean, beautiful hand. It's a good spot to put pressure on Moscow Mule, but of course we've got the goods, right? So. It's a big bounty as well. Take it down. Ace deuce against Jack 8 for a bounty. We love it. Let's go. I don't know why they called it all in there, but they did. So we've got a $25 bounty in the 109 Sunday party. And we continue on our journey. Jamie, how old was that clip? Not that old. A couple weeks. Zultan. It says the date, I'm sure. August 23rd. So, 2 months. Ooh. Probably just call in position. and go for a small bet. Looks like we lost a player, so I think we are in the money here. Red fold hype confirmed, 271 cashed. Gonna fold 9-4, even covering for the bounty. And we should have a bit of a bonanza now of action. So let's see how we get on. Oatmeal yummy. Do you put anything in it for flavor? I actually don't, which is super weird, I know. But like, I just grew up on plain oats. And so, I don't know. I just have literally oatmeal and water. That's it. Like, it's super boring. And yeah, that's the honest truth, man. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, when bet call squeeze, I called, or I folded, and it would have been pretty nice. It was the correct fold against range, but of course we would have won the pot, which would have been more fun. Raise 3-bet, we'll fold king 4. Will you stream tomorrow if you qualify in day 2 in the 109? Good luck. Yes, for sure. Mad Cow, what's up? Good to see you. I will. Which I think is top 16, so we're a ways out on that. The 109 6 max hyper is in 37 minutes. Probably play that too. Ace 5. But Lando goes for the raise. Fold. Fold the queen 4 here. Fold the 10-3. Which Mr. Littlebook are you reading now? The tournament poker one, Secrets of Professional Tournament Poker. I'm really close to finishing. I got to power through the end actually, but a really great book. Totally recommend it. I think it's a great introduction. I think it's review for a lot of professional poker players, but if you're an aspiring professional or sort of play small stakes, like there's some things in there that I found really instructive. I think it's a great book, like great value for money, for sure. Gonna raise up ace queen here. We can call a jam, Ugh, it'd suck if they went all in for 25, but oatmeal with homemade applesauce every damn day. Oof, sounds nice, man. Sounds real nice. We'll round a nice hold in the big blind. Who calls? Deuce 3-3. Small c bet here of a quarter pot for value. And we win. That's easy. Easy peasy. Oh my goodness, what a card rack, man. What an absolutely insane card rack we are today. All right. Jacks, ghosted by my dog, goes to the raise under the gun. To jam or to 3-bet call is the question. Probably jam. Flipping for a 162 bounty. We need a jack. 2 outs. Okay. Unfortunate. We lose a flip, but we're still chip leader. And we lost an all-in flip. So that's a great spot to be in. Fold is fine. Kind of too deep to have that bounty in play realistically, and queen 3 sucks, so that's okay. I think check here. I think when they check, they have a really wide check call range. When like Jack 10, King Jack, King 10, Ace 10, Ace Jack, Ace King is all going to continue. All their 9X is going to continue. Yeah, it's pretty big. So when they bet 13,000 here, I think fold is okay. Like theoretically, we're probably not going to be folding, getting 4-1 there, but it's about as hard as you can miss, honestly, when you look at that board. Like our whole range has a pair or an open ender. Like Ace 10 is one of the only hands that doesn't. So I think it's okay. $215 bounties, $271 in the prize pool. Let's go. Zoltan, there it is. Bura Moretti and a good old Jamie's chatting will get me in the money. The bounty builder 220 today. Let's go. Is that a beer or something? I gotta look it up. Bura Moretti. Beer. There it is. There it is. Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Appreciate you. Hope you're all having a great, fantastic day. I own that book, The Secrets of Tournament Poker. Yeah, great book, man. Really good. Really good book, I think. Rasterio20, thanks for following the channel on Twitch. Appreciate you. And everyone on YouTube and Facebook, if you haven't followed yet, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe on YouTube, I guess, and follow on Facebook. Although I imagine everyone that's watching the stream is subscribed on YouTube. I'd be surprised if they weren't. Because then how did the stream get to them, you know? You can let me know, YouTube. 10-5 is a fold. Let's go to the queen 6 suited here. We get to play. We flop a pair of 6s on a jack 5-6 board. Okay. Okay, it's something. It is something here. I want to see a small bet or a check. Cool. Okay, to the turn. Great turn. We get to check call again. We have a flush draw, which could make a really strong hand, but then also our pair of sixes beats bluffs, which is good too. They're probably not going to value bet with worse hands for 55,000 than queen six. So it is kind of a bluff catcher, but with equity, which is great. King on the end, check. I'm folding. Probably not a bluff catching call here. We block the flush draw we want them to have. We block some of the straight draws we want them to have. And realistically, if they were bluffing with a king high, they just made a king and they're going to value bet. They might still value bet with ace jack, etc. Still chip leading after losing an all in. Wow, right? Yeah, pretty good spot in this tournament. Second place has 570,000 now, so things are much closer. You know, if we double up one of these players, we're in the middle of the pack, so things are much closer now, but it could be much worse, for sure. One of 11. Full jack 3. Over 300 viewers again. The second Sunday stream in a row. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. This is the other table, by the way, for sweating bust outs. I think we go hand for hand at 10. So in one bust out, we'll go hand for hand. Boris on the tank. .109 6 max hyper starting up in 26 minutes. We'll be firing that, I think. 7 deuce, another fold. Fold. Been working over the weekend, so this is my personal spot to have a Bira M tuning into your amazing stream. Let's go. Beauty. Beauty stuff. Rebecca and I are planning to have a drink one of these days as well. I don't know when, but soon. It's been a while. I just don't drink too much, but... We are hand for hand now, so we lost a player. This is the other table that we're waiting on to get to the final table. I forget what we got last week. I feel like we got 6th place in this tournament, so assuming that we will make the final table, which seems likely, it'll be back-to-back weeks. But let's see. King deuce suited. Raise this up in the cutoff. 5-handed. The bounties are nice, but they're like, we're just too deep here, realistically. Like, just a long way away from getting the bounties, I think. Force 3 bets, we fold. Next hand. And we raise again. Calling the button. Flop is ace 8-9, all diamonds. Another check fold, unfortunately. Really bad flop for us. Yeah. Oh for 2. Let's win this one then. Raising a 3-bet. We're going to fold. While we're waiting on that, we have an all-in on the other table, which could take us to the FT. Jack, ace, king. Ace or king, and we're down to 9, which I think we'd prefer getting down to the final 9, everyone on the table, you know? And that's it. 162 bounty is gone. And we are officially down to 9. That is going to be 311 in the prize pool, plus bounties. Again, it's going to be about like 3,200 for first, depending on how well we do in bounties, but... Final table hype. Back-to-back weeks of the Super 215. As I mentioned, coming into the FT, 2 of 9. It is a bounty tournament, so you can see the payouts in the prize pool portion down at the bottom of the screen. 1,621 for the win, same for second place. But then the bounties make it about double to triple, depending on how much you crush, right? Like the least amount it could be would be 1.7x first place-ish. And then the most amount could be up to like 3x. An average of probably 2x, so 3,200-ish for first, 3,250. Good luck us. Unfollow opens, nice hold jams. In terms of bounties, there's definitely gettable stacks at the moment. But the bounties aren't huge or anything. It's not going to affect things too much right now. Against Dua, we flat and open. Against Mega Papa, we jam. Against Unfollow, we call. Against Nice Hold, we jam. Okay. Call. Streets. King 8-6. Fold. There's no need to battle it out against the chip leader here, you know. There's just no need. With ace-jack. I'm not saying we're folding everything, but, you know. By 3 suited, we're going to fold 2 nice hold. Did you consider a check raise with a small pair plus flush draw on the turn with queen 6 hearts? Which flush draw would you rather check raise bluff here? One with pair alongside flush draw, some showdown value, or one without ace 5 heart. Let me see. Let's pull up this queen 6 heart hand. It's quite a ways back, you know? Queen 6 heart. I'm looking through. I feel like I had second pair. The reason, if I remember correctly, I had second pair, which is some showdown value. Like, I don't need to check raise second pair because when they're bluffing, we win, right? So it's much better to check raise bluff with a hand like the queen high heart draw that is never going to win without showdown value than second pair and a flush draw. If I'm remembering the right hand, but I haven't found it yet. Still just looking through. Unless it was on the 109 table, but I can check that out in a second. Yeah, I'm a good hour and a half back now, so let me check the 109 hand histories to see if I can find it. But generally, like, flush draws with showdown value, so like, oh, here. Yeah, okay, nice. 3-way pot, okay, cool. Bet call. Turn deuce of hearts. Yeah, this is the hand I was thinking about. Like, we have showdown value here, right? So when we have queen high hearts that doesn't have a pair, like check raise is a good option here to put in a bluff. But I think when we have ace high or we have 6x of hearts or 5x of hearts, we just call and we beat bluffs, right? And then on the river, doesn't go well, we decide to fold. But showdown value makes the difference there, I think, Antoine Lamy. Do you try and fast fold, take your time, not be obvious? Does that ever matter? Generally, I just click auto fold in most spots. There's some spots where theoretically you would need some time to decide. So if you make a decision immediately, it's giving off some piece of information. But I think it's typically not a big deal. And it's definitely not a big deal pre-flop. So, yeah. I don't try and protect myself that way. Ghosted by Me Dog is all in against Dua. Doo-wop, 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 doo-wow. Flush beats King Queen. We're down to 8. 125 bounty is gone. Ace Queen suited, beautiful hand. It's not a spot. Ugh, it's really awkward if we get 3-bet from any of these stacks. Against Moscow Mule, less awkward. $250 bounty is the most relevant bounty at the table based on stacks. I'm going to flat. It allows us to play this hand for a squeeze pretty effectively. I'm saying, like, I don't think I want a 3-bet call ace queen suited here. But that doesn't happen anyways. We go to a flop. Jack 6 deuce. Chill. Against a c-bet we call. Against a check we check, I think. Yeah, check is fine. Ace is beautiful on the turn, Dottie. Beautiful on the turn, Dottie. We bet. And we win. Easy. Easy peasy. Ace 10. Good hand. We raise. If it folds to the big blind, they shove. We would call with the $100 bounty. And let's see that happen. Nice, okay. Shove 7s, call. Win. Everyone folds. All right. 5-4, we're out, and we get to take a breather here. Cast for 700 or so? No, 600. Yeah, 600. Come on, Dottie. Let's go, Eust. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Kings against Ace Jack here. Nice hold is the shorter one, and nice hold is going to be out. Unless it's a king, and it is not. GG to nice hold. We are down to 7. Boris gets that 75 bounty. We get a little ladder to 377. All right. Just one kind of obvious short stack now. Mapega, PP. Jack 5 is trash. Hey, Nexus. 114-month resub. Guess I love the chat. Let's go, says Nexus. Come on, baby. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. 114 months. Longtime supporter. Been here since the beginning. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let's get a little victory here, man. A little 1-2 victory. Be nice. Love how you play, man. Best of luck watching from Brisbane, Australia. Thank you, Luke Bleesner. Appreciate it very much. We have 2 Lukes from Australia watching right now. Luke Brooker and Luke Bleesner. One on YouTube, one on Facebook. The great whistler you are. Fine Mexican whistler by the great troubadour Roger Whittaker. You might kick his ass. I don't think that would be true, but I will Google that. Jackson suited. Can we call here with this bounty? I think so. I think we actually can, which is kind of crazy. Nice. I got some recordings. They're probably copyright, so I can't play them out loud, but I will check it out after. We fold to the squeeze. Won my second hand when hotkeys made pre-flop call with 9-3. Oh, man. You got to turn those hotkeys off, bro. It's not working for you. Nice hand, nice hand. Big win. Big Brent. All right. My name is Boris. Throws me off when you say the name of the other player. I'm sorry about that, Boris. Yeah, we got Boris Valev here on our table. It's going to be a tough one for you today. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's going to be tough for you. All right? We need every single chip in the tournament. And we're up against a bunch of seniors. We'll have a bunch of chips. It's going to be tough. We can do it, but it's going to be tough. So we raise king nine suited under the gun. We get a call in the cutoff by God mode. We flop top pair. We're gonna start with a check call here. Maybe a half pot. Turn, we're actually bluff catching. It's uncomfortable. We probably want to check call one and then fold the river if they bet again. We do beat some bluffs that could bet here, but we lose to a lot of stuff too. Oof. 64,000 is not the size we want to see. We beat ace X of clubs. We beat ace X. We beat middling pairs that are bluffing. Thing is, are they going to bluff jack 10 and queen jack here? Actually going to fold, sadly. Should come down and play Australia Poker Tour. I'd love to check out Australia, man. I don't really have the time at the moment, but one day I'd love to. Two of the worst possible hands in poker, deuce 9 and deuce 7. Come on now. Mepaga PP is 10 blinds deep. Moscow Mule is 25 blinds deep. And the blinds go up in 5 minutes to 6K, 12K. Ooh, the 109 6 max hyper is starting up right now. Let's do that. Cool. We can play that. We can play that. Little 6 max hyper. Sounds good to me. Well, you type this quickly, but have to look at the keyboard. That's very odd. I don't know. I think it depends on what I'm typing about. It's also kind of in an unnatural position. Like, it's over here, basically, because of my mouse and all this. But I think I do type fast, but I think it really depends if I know what I'm trying to say. Like, when I type the fastest is when I have something in my mind and I don't want to lose it, so my fingers have to keep up with my head, you know? Oh, we got some absolute legends in the building. 1 second, though, because King Jack is probably going to be an all-in for a $100 bounty. For a 10 blind jam in the cutoff, I think we're going to gamble here. Moscow Mule has almost no chips, too, but all right, good luck. Good luck us here. Big spot. Against ace-9, we're doing fine, 42%. Boom. Keep it clean. No golf. No berry. No problems, Dottie. Come on now. $100 cash money and 216,000 chips. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Gray Street in the building. Dropped the 49-month resub like the legend he is. Hope all is well. Chat, if you have Amazon Prime, this is from Gray Street, not me. This man deserves your free sub. Get that free. It means nothing to you. It's true. You just click a button and you send me something for free. That's pretty nice. Link your account and give him some support. Thanks, man. Very kind. Appreciate you, Gray Street. Always a pleasure to have you here, man. And Ed K must play the legend, Ed K. Power mod extraordinaire, Ed K. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Things are good, man. Things are good. Got those fall vibes going on, but I'm actually going on my first trip to the UK pretty soon, Ed. So I'm going to be in your neck of the woods, visiting family and stuff. It's not like I'm not going to be hanging out there for super long, but visiting Rebecca's family. But yeah, Rebecca's mom actually lives in Birmingham, so I will be in Birmingham for a brief day. So Exciting. Happy anniversary for your 10th year on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm about a week away. About a week away. I think it was the 25th. So, fold, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's a little tight to fold here, but stacks don't set up well for 4-bet, so. So just fold. But yeah, thanks, man. Things are good. How about yourself? Are you playing any cards, Ed? What are you up to? What are you up to, man? Moscow Mule, that 250 bounty is nice. Probably not nice enough to peel here with ace-4, though. 1,600 for the win, so it's basically like this bounty is 1/6 of first place. But ace-4 is pretty bad. I don't know. We lost it all in here somehow, and I don't really know how. King 8 jammed blind versus blind, looks like. Yeah, we just jammed 15 blinds with King 8, and they had an ace. That's fine. Standard. Can we double it up? Nope. 5 on the end gets us. Okay. All right. $25 bounty there. GG in the 109 Sunday party. Good luck everyone remaining in that tourney. Tourney Timby tourney. Why don't I just throw this hyper up here since it's all set up and good to go. Easy. Starting in a second, but back to our final table. 3 of 6, 448 plus 350. It's feeling good, man. Why is this hand taking so long? Taking forever. Ghosted by dog bets. Lando snaps. 10 of clubs is good. And we're onwards. We're going to raise ace jack. Pretty good hand. Definitely a hand we can go all in with against Moscow Mule. But, you know, the rest of the table has to act first, so let's see. Lando calls. It's really awkward if they jam what we do, but thankfully we don't have to. We start with the check here. Moscow Mule kind of determines whether we're going to play this pot or not. They fold, we call. Check, check, we bluff river. Probably, right? But they bet really big on the turn and we'll fold. That's fine. Whoo, sheesh. This could get fun, right? Because this could be a reshove really easily, in which case we get a chance to go at it. But if they fold, we just flat. We don't want to get this in pre-flop, especially with the stacks the way they are. Everyone's like tied here, right? We definitely don't want to have to flip. Birmingham, are you in the UK? No, I'm in Canada, but I'll be visiting the UK pretty soon. 25th is the date. There it is, 25th, which is Friday. Goes check, check. 6 on the end. We could probably value bet tens here. We lose a little bit to queens and jacks, but if we check, we're going to lose to those anyways. They're going to value bet. We could probably get some hero calls here, I would think. From worse hands. Fair enough. Kind of as I mentioned, but no regrets. I own a restaurant near Birmingham. If you get time, pop in. We'll take care of you. Award-winning curry. Brother, thank you very much for the offer. I certainly won't have time. But if I'm back in Birmingham, I know to look you up. Gov Shergill, thank you very much for the offer. Very kind. I am actually eating dinner at Rebecca's mom's place. And we leave the next day at like noon. Up to the north, Yorkshire. Jim, we'd love to go for the bounty here, but we have 2 stacks behind. It's too risky. Our hand is too bad as well with ace deuce. See if Boris has something that they can call with here. Boris, baby. Da, 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 da. Come on now, Boris. Get in there, brother. Give it a gamble. Why not? Why not you, Boris? Why not you? Honestly, we'd love to keep the short stack, but the ladders are nice too at this point. You know, $100 ladder. That'd be all right. I think this is about where we got last week, right? I think we got 6th place last week. You ever checked out Wales? I have, Sion, yeah. I lived in Cardiff for 2.5 months. It's actually where I met Rebecca in person for the first time, was in Cardiff. And I spent a good bit of time, I think it was on Tidfil Road. Tydfil. Very tumultuous time in life. Life was crazy, dude. But we did a meetup game in Cardiff as well at the Grosvenor. It was good times. Raise 3-bet. This, in theory, is definitely a 4-bet. I think I just want to gamble here. Good luck. Into aces is not ideal. GG. We are going to bust in 6th place. I guess the fun thing about that is that we can put both of the 6 places together in a highlight. That's a very aggressive play, but basically I think the best hands to 4-bet bluff all in are going to be ace deuce 3, ace 5 suited. And then the 4-bet all-ins are going to be our aces, kings, queens, ace, king sort of hands. Unlucky that they have aces there, but, you know, ghosted by my dog as a senior. We've been playing for years together. I think they'll have lots of 3-bet folds, and when they have the queens, you know, we have 33% equity. So, but that's it, dude. That's it. And this is early days, so that's going to be the end of the road for us today. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to be back on Friday, as it'll be my 10 years of streaming anniversary. So we got a home game on Friday, 10 years in the books coming up. So I hope to see you all there. And then next Sunday as well, thinking on Sunday because there is a WPT in town, and I think the main event is next Sunday, day 2. So we'll see. If I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna play the WPT or if we'll play online, but you can expect me on Friday anyways. So hope to see you all there. Appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for this time.